Good day, students. Today I'll be going through impairment. I know Monday we didn't meet for PUF, but Wednesday we'll meet just to discuss impairment in a contact session. Remember, you just need to attend one session in videos, but let's go to impairment and see what's going on. Today we'll be doing impairment. Basically, impairment that we are doing asset that was measured at cost model. It means it was never being revaluated before. It was just on cost model since its recognition. When you answer impairment, you must know how to do what? The correct PPE note format. That's non-negotiable. You must already know this. You must do depreciation for the year. Why? Impairment happens at year end. It means the asset must be depreciated first. Carrying amount at year end. Remember, before we can calculate impairment, we should know what is the carrying amount of year end of the asset that is impaired. Again, how would we know? We must determine recoverable amount, which is the higher of fair value less cost to sell or value in use. Why? Impairment will tell you that there were indicators to show that this asset were impaired and will give you these two figures. Mostly value in use will give you as it is because you are not expected to calculate, but fair value less cost to sell you are expected to calculate because sometimes will give you the fair value and will give you the cost of selling, your agent fees, uh, valuation fees, those kind of things. How to calculate impairment? Impairment is carrying amount, which is CE, less recoverable amount RA is equals to impairment. Why we call it impairment? Because the carrying amount is higher than the recoverable amount. The amount that you can recover for the asset is not the same as carrying amount. Remember, you can't carry something. You can't carry an amount which you say I'm carrying 50, but you know very well you can recover 30. We in standard we say we should only show you what the recoverable amount, which is what the fair value in use, the continuing use, sorry, the fair value in use, the cost to sell the asset at that specific point, or value in use, the value of the asset in future when we are going to use it in future. What is the present value of your asset in future? Therefore, let's go to the question. The question, as I said, impairment cost model. It's about a plant. The plant cost is 1 million. Accumulated depreciation at the beginning of that year, which is 1 March 2012. Here was the cost, the accumulated depreciation. And suddenly they tell you that come year end, there was impairment test was done on the plant, including the addition and the following, which are here, and presented the following value in use. You see, my future value if I'm going to use this asset, if I were to dispose this asset today, I'm having this too. No impairment test was conducted before 28 February. No part of the plant were disposed or carried during the year. The depreciation, can you see? So I already know that come the first, the beginning of the year, this is my story. And I know come year end, this will be what? Impaired, because I can see what? Value in use and fair value, less cost to sell. I can determine my recoverable amount. Remember, this is happening on the 28th February, this information, these two amount. So let's go. They're saying we're required to do what? Property and plant. Let's go and see. Guys, I told you it's imperative for you to know the format of property and plant. Can you see I did the format? That's the first thing. The second thing, depreciation. We said depreciation straight line. We use this asset for a year. What is the cost? Here's the cost, million multiplied by, then I get this. Then the next thing I need to carve, I must do what? Impairment loss. How would I get impairment loss? I said to you, it's carrying amount less recoverable amount. What is my carrying amount? My carrying amount will be that accumulated depreciation, and my carrying amount will be the cost less accumulated depreciation at the beginning plus the current depreciation. Then it will be this amount less all depreciation. It will give me 200. This is 800. Then it gives me 200. What is my recoverable amount? Is the higher of value in use is 100,000. Fair value less cost to sell 125. Which one is higher? Then I know my carrying amount is 200,000. Then my recoverable amount will be 125. Therefore, I'm saying the carrying amount that I have for this asset is this, but I know very well I can only recover this. It means I can't recover 200,000, but I can recover how much? 125. Therefore, the amount above 125, it is impaired. Then it's how much? 75,000. And come year end, look at what you're saying at year end. I'm saying my carrying amount is my recoverable amount at year end. Here's it. How did I get it? Is my cost. I agree. Here's the cost. I added what? 600,000 accumulated depreciation. I added what? 200,000 depreciation. And I also added my 75,000 of impairment. That is what? Accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment loss. Accumulated impairment loss. That's it for us today. Stop here.